I'm Anthony F. Elmore, President and Founder of the Proud Black Buddhist World Association. We're here today to bring you another exciting Black Buddhist lecture. Our lecture today is called We're a Winner, a Proud Black Buddhist Lecture. Now, the very idea that you are a proud Black Buddhist makes you a winner. There is a difference between a Black Buddhist and a proud Black Buddhist. You see, a Black Buddhist, as opposed to a proud Black Buddhist, they accept the fact of whites or Japanese, Asians and whites, and even Black people who extricate all Black Buddhist history, culture, and language from the Buddhist teachings. We at the Proud Black Buddhist World Association do not accept the extrication of our history, our culture, and our language from the Buddhist teachings. Now, we study the teachings of the 13th century Black Buddhist sage, Nichiren Shoshu. Now, a proud Black Buddhist life or Buddhist practice is not steered by Asians or whites who extricate Black history, culture, and language from Buddhist teachings. In fact, proud Black Buddhists make Black history and culture a part of our Black Buddhist practice, or rather a part of our Buddhist practice. Now, Buddhism is not some Asian sitting on a mountain meditating, nor is Buddhism has anything to do with Asians. In fact, you see, Buddhism, or the teachings of the Buddha, or the highest teachings of the Buddha, is the Lotus Sutra. Now, the Lotus Sutra deals with the law of cause and effect, and Buddhism is a teachings that teach us about the absolute law of cause and effect, and we follow the Lotus Sutra. Now, in 1967, a sutra emerged. Now, let's get you to understand this. See, the essence of the Lotus Sutra is the title. The title of the Lotus Sutra is Yo-Ho Renge Kyo. Now, that the Buddha first intoned Yo-Ho Renge Kyo. Now, the essence of the Lotus Sutra is the title Yo-Ho Renge Kyo. Now, the 13th century Black Buddhist sage Nichiren infused the word Namu. Now, the word Namu is a Pali. Pali is the Black language of the Black people of ancient India. Now, there's a Pali word called Namu. Namu means to awaken. Now, the word Yo means correct, and the word Ho means law. Now, the word Renge is a symbol that represents the lotus flower, where the flower and the seed come together. That is a symbol that represents the law of cause and effect. Now, the word Kyo means the sutra, or it means the teachings. The word Kyo means the voice, or it represents not only all the teachings of the Buddha, but the word Kyo represents all the teachings of the universe. Now, we who study Buddhism study the teachings from the Black Buddhist sage, Black Buddhist Japanese sage, Nichiren Shoshu. Now, Nichiren Shoshu teaches Buddhism based upon teachings called the Gosho. Now, the Gosho are letters that Nichiren wrote to teach his disciples Buddhism. Now, in 1967, there emerged a sutra. Now, a sutra is a teaching. Now, there's a teaching called We're a Winner. Now, the sutra manifested as a song written by Curtis Mayfield, we're a winner. Now, in the 1960s, we black people were waking up and finding black culture and pride. The concept for we're a winner came from Curtis Mayfield one night in a dream. The musician quickly woke up, he awakened, and he ran with his inspiration. The result was an uplifting composition whose lyrics encouraged the listener that the time for self-pity is over and that one should acknowledge his or her worth. Even in the face of opposition, intended as an inspiration song for the group's primarily African-American audiences. See, Mayfield urges his audiences to keep on pushing like your leaders tell you to. See, the leaders bring figures involved in the civil rights movement like Martin Luther King or Malcolm X. So, the Buddhist teachings is about the law of cause and effect. Now, the law of cause and effect can manifest itself. You don't have to study the teachings of Buddhism because all of the universe or all the happenings of the law of cause and effect is Buddhism. Now, so when the Buddha or the highest teachings manifest, it manifests as an enlightenment. So when you hear a teaching from a Dr. Martin Luther King, see, the higher teachings or in enlightened teachings manifest a Buddhahood, whereas a lower teachings manifest what we call delusion. See, we practice and we chant Nam Myoho Renge Kyo to bring out our higher teachings or to bring out our higher self that exists within us. Now, this is called Yo or correct teachings, Myoho or the correct law, and we awaken to the correct law. Now, we at the Proud Black Buddhist World Association infuse our black history, culture, and language into our Buddhist practice. See, the way that we teach black people to awaken their Buddhist faith is through finding inspiration through our black history, culture, and language. Now, the late Curtis Mayfield left us a legacy not only for black people. Curtis Mayfield left us a song that accentuates the spirit of us proud black Buddhists, that gives us courage and pride. You see, in my personal case, when I learned the history of the Buddha and Buddhism, and I learned that the Japanese who was teaching us Buddhism, they extricated all black Buddhist history, culture, and language from Buddhism, I was through because I would not accept anybody who insult the history of my ancestors, who insult truth, who perpetuate ignorance. You see, to teach something and to purposefully extricate one group's history, that is thievery. But anyway, Curtis Mayfield encouraged us with a song called We're a Winner. Now, let's look at some of the lyrics of the words We're a Winner. Now, he says this, and we call this a sutra. He says what? We're a winner, and never let anybody say, boy, you can't make it, 'cause a feeble mind is in your way. No more tears do we cry, and we finally dried our eyes, and we're moving on up. Lord, have mercy, we're moving on up. We're living proof, and all's alert that we are true from the good black dirt. We're a winner, and everybody knows it too. You see, we at the Proud Black Buddhists include our black culture, history, and language. And this is a part of our Proud Black Buddhist practice. When you go to a Proud Black Buddhist meeting, we're going to sing the song, We're a Winner, that lifts up our spirit. This is how we practice Buddhism. Let's take you out with Curtis Mayfield singing the song, We're a Winner.
We're a winner, and never let anybody say, boy, you can't make it, cause some people mind is in your way. No more tears do we cry, and we have finally dried our eyes. We're moving on up, moving on up. Lord have mercy, we're moving on up now. We're moving on up. We're living proof and all's alert that we're two from the good black church. And we're a winner, and everybody knows it too. We just keep on pushing, like your leaders tell you to. At last that blessed day has come, and I don't care where you come from. We're all moving on up, moving on up. Lord have mercy, we're moving on up, moving on up. Moving on up, moving on up. Lord have mercy, we're moving on up now. We're moving on up. I don't mind leaving here to show the world we have no fear. Cause we're a winner, and everybody knows it too. We just keep on pushing, like your leaders tell you to. At last that blessed day has come, and I don't care where you come from. We're just gonna move on up, moving on up. Lord have mercy, we're moving on up now. We're moving on up. You know, you may remember reading in your Jet Johnson publications, a whole lot of stations didn't want to play that particular recording, We're a Winner. Can you imagine such a thing? Well, I would say the way I'm sure most of you would say, we don't give a damn, we're a winner anyway. Right on? Yeah, I got a little strength out there tonight. Putting fire under us. Out of sight. It's all right now. We have just another version that we'd like to lay to you about here. Believing very strongly in the equality and freedom for all, and especially we people who are darker than blue. We'd like to just lay another version to you. Trying not to offend anyone, but basically telling it like it is. We're a winner, and never let anybody say, boy, you can't make it, cause some people mind is in your way. No more tears do we cry. The black boy done dried his eyes. And we're moving on up, moving on up. Lord have mercy, we're moving on up now, moving on up. There'll be no more Uncle Tom. At last that blessed day has come, and we're a winner, and everybody knows it too. We just keep on pushing, like Martin Luther told you to. And I don't mind leaving here to show the world we have no fear, cause we're moving on up, moving on up. Lord have mercy, we're moving on up, we're moving on up. So people get ready, I've got good news for you. How we got over, like we're all supposed to do. Let us all say amen, and together we'll clap our hands, cause we're moving on up, moving on up. Lord have mercy, we're moving on up now, moving on up. Continue to be a winner.